Happy Monday, friends! Well, welcome back. It's October time, and I know it seems like I keep telling you stories about the weather, but this week really is like the last week of like over 90-degree temperatures. So it's time to figure out what we can plant in terms of veggies and herbs this month. Herbs, who knows? The stuff you season your food with. But this is the time in Arizona that you plant your herbs. So I'm gonna head over there to my big red chair. We'll have a little chat and check out what we can plant. This is the fun time for gardening in Arizona, this time in the fall where we really get to expand some of the things that we get to plant. So two of the really fun things that are on our list for planting right now are garlic and onions. Now, not just the green onions. It's kind of easy to go green onions anytime, but bulb onions. Now, an episode that you missed because I was having technical difficulties was where I mass planted a bunch of onion seeds in a big container, kind of like I did that one time with my tomatoes. How I just took one container and I put a ton of seeds in there. So I've got a container over there right now that you've kind of seen in videos. I got off track with fertilizing it, and sometimes I think I let it get too wet. But the goal there is once all those fully form in that small container, I'll break them open just like I did with the tomatoes, and then I can go and individually plant those bulbing onion starts. Now, I got that tip from one of my viewers, Liz, who actually got it from the MI Gardener. So after I visited with her, I had to jump in and see what his method was. Now, I actually started that several weeks ago because I was excited to try it, and I got busy in the last month and really didn't get as far as I wanted to with it. So I'm probably very well going to start a whole another round, because now, like I said, is the actual time that we should start beginning to plant those from seed. Now, I'll tell you with garlic, in the past, I had bought seed garlic, but I've seen so many people have so much success with just using store-bought garlic that that's what I'll be doing this year. So you could either take your store-bought garlic and put it in the refrigerator for a couple of days. Some people get it going and sprouting in water, but putting it in the refrigerator for a couple of days and then bringing it out kind of gives it that signal that it's time for it to do its business. So if you're interested in doing bulbing onions or garlic, those are my two hot tips for you. Now, with herbs, I would definitely recommend to keep kind of planting. You'll see here in a couple of weeks that cilantro will randomly be coming up all over my yard because I let it go to seed every year, and that's what it does, is randomly come up all over my yard. But I love, love, love the benefit of using this time of year to plant my dill, to plant my cilantro, to plant a lot of herbs like that that I can collect in the spring and have all throughout the spring and summer wrapping around. Like, I still have plenty of dill from last year in my cabinet, and we use a lot of dill. So I love that, and I hope that you're encouraged to plant some of these herbs that I'm about to share with you. Now, I also wanted to share with you because I'm really expanding into some new flowers. So I picked up some seeds this weekend, and one of them is a lemon balm. And I know last year in my garden I had some random bee balm come up from an edible flower mix. So I'm really encouraged and excited about creating some of my own teas with lemon balm. Now, asters is a flower that I've been admiring, and this creamy peach was the only color that I could find, but I'm happy to find it here locally as opposed to trying to order it online. And I'm excited more than anything about collecting the seeds from this. Now, I've grown several types of oh, I don't think I showed you that. There it is. Now, I've grown kind of, I think, the same variety of cosmos several times because they come from my edible flower mix. But I saw this one, and it's kind of called a seashells blend. It's a mouthful. And it kind of has little openings on the leaves. So I'm super excited to see what these three are going to turn out in my yard. You'll notice in the tour that I got several of the beds in the backyard cleared out, and I cleared out almost all of my zinnias from the front yard. And I've got some mint that I got going last year in a glass, and then it like really sat around way too long, and then I didn't have anywhere to put it, and I've been forever trying to find something that would take over my front flower bed to kind of keep down the weeds, and I wanted something that would stay low that I could grow high from. And my husband is not thrilled at all about having mint up there, but I'm gonna do my best to keep it managed, and I'm gonna tuck in some flowers, a lot of calendula up there, and I might do some of these asters. I know the cosmos are gonna want way more sun than that area gets up there, but I've got my beds cleared out. How about you? Are your beds cleared out and ready to plant all your flowers and veg for October? If not, it's time to get going. So I'm gonna hop up from here and I'm gonna share with you what you can plant veggie-wise and herb-wise here in October. What we can plant in October are artichokes, globe artichoke, arugula, asparagus from transplants, beets, bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, Chinese cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, chard, collard greens, endive, fava beans, fennel, the bulb variety, garbanzo beans, kale, kohlrabi, leaf, lettuce, both leaf and head, lentils, leeks, mustard, mizuna, onions. You could do the bulbs and the green kind, parsnips. It's time to plant peas, sweet peas, English peas, and snap peas, radish, rutabaga, spinach, turnips, and strawberries. The most exciting part of our planting calendar this month is the herbs that you can plant. So we're looking at anise, borage, caraway, chives, cilantro, dill, fennel, garlic, lavender, lemon balm, marjoram, mint, oregano, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So it's time to get your herbs planted. This is all getting fun and full. Really, this is two of the same plant. I really think I need to take this one out because it's crowding out its friends. And then over here, we've got this little guy growing, and we've got this one growing, and this just goes up and up and up and over. This is starting to sprawl. We've got lots of flowers, and we need to clip off these Armenians, so maybe she'll start making more. And we've got tons of activity over here. So this is just getting more and more fun. I got all my beds prepped, my flower bed, so we're about to see a bunch of stuff start popping out and through these. I'm so excited. Here's a little glimpse of the bale. The bok choy is looking happy. The cucumbers are climbing like crazy. This squash is happy. I'm gonna trim that mustard green off. These two cucumbers are finally just going wild. These are two giant zucchinis. I need to start training them to stand up. There's the sweet yellow, I'm just calling it sweet, but it's a yellow squash. Here's my pride and joy, my sweet little Brussels sprout, and my sad tomatoes, my super happy peppers. I moved this okra plant out from under the shade. I picked a bunch of okra this morning, and I moved this one out from the shade too. It's wide. This is probably the happiest one, and it's been under the shade for a long time, and it's, you know, I mean, it's all the way over there to this is the longest edge of its branch. So it's the happiest of all my okra plants. And this morning, like I said, I came out here and picked probably 10 or more okras, and there's just a plethora still coming in. So they're making their last little run there. And my dango corn has went to tassel without having made any dango ears. So this is just another fun experiment in growing corn for nothing. Well, you know, you win some and you lose some. So there is my little side garden. The volunteer cherry tomato that lives in my sweet potato bed is covered in flowers. This is making me really think that my tomatoes want to have more sun. So you can kind of see over there, I've moved the shade cloth a little bit because these little ones are just so happy, and they're going to be covered in cherries soon. So there's my little sweet potato bed and my volunteer cherry tomatoes that I keep saying I'm going to cut out of here, but they keep growing. Well, I hope you enjoyed checking out what you can plant this month and a little tour of my garden to see all my little babies that are popping out. And more importantly, I hope you have the best day ever. And thanks so much for checking in with us whenever you get a chance.